Okay, it's a Sunday garden walk, and I do the walk from out here because I think that seeing how good the grass looks tells you a lot about what's going on. Tomorrow I'm going to be planting the new corn, the bull, and I've prepared a spot for it. Got this right here is where it'll go. So, for the record, this is 4 feet by 4 feet. This is for the square foot gardening. You do everything within a square foot. And I went ahead and started cleaning up this end of the garden. It's hot already. So this is a 12 by 4 foot area. Now, in the summertime, I planted this corn here, square foot garden, which means there was 4 kernels planted per square foot. And that put the corn at about 8 inches apart. Now, because we're going into October, the sun's going to be in a different direction in the sky. I'm going to go ahead and plant this. I haven't decided whether it's going to be a foot or 18 inches apart. I may go 18 inches, which is why I went ahead and did the full 3 sections, because I only have 75 seeds. So if I do 2 rows a foot apart over here, and the outside row, I think that I'm only going to do 2 kernels. It'll still be 8 inches apart this way, but I'm not going to do the other 2 on the inside. And then I'll put another one, so that'll give me 2 rows here and then 2 rows here, and that will give me a good leeway in between. So that's where I'm thinking I'm going to go. And because I can get 5, that will give me 10 ears of corn per row. So 10, 20, 30, 40. So it'll be 40 in here and 30 in here if I do it that way. Keep them in blocks so that they'll be easier to pollinate each other. But that's what I'm looking at doing. And then I'm going to go ahead, and as soon as it sprouts, I'm going to plant peas in here instead of beans, because peas will give the nitrogen too. Just wanted to check and see if my raspberries had come back. I've started pulling some of the weeds out, but I've got to really get my gloves to pull out the wild lettuce. This thing is a monster. I still do not see any fruit. I mean, I saw some, but then it's not gotten any bigger. I don't see it anymore. Looking at let's go back to the corn. Looking at my Silver Queen, she's starting to get some nice little ears in here, but definitely not brown at all yet. Well, this one will definitely have a worm in it. See how it's eating all the tassels. And apparently this one, beetles are eating it. Maybe it's beetles. Maybe it won't have worms. We'll see. But definitely not ready for even trying to pick. Some of these hairs are starting to get a little. The corns are still very, very, very small. Did give my neighbor My neighbor and her kids came over and brought me a birthday card. And I gave them a watermelon. My buckwheat's blooming, so I'm hoping. In the pictures online, it shows a lot more bloom than this. Still hoping to get seeds out of this crop. We'll see. Cantaloupe's gone. I am not saving seeds for next year. I'm just going to get a good heirloom seed and go with it. The kids noticed that this watermelon had broken open, and don't know why, but she is split and went bloopers. I'm going to go ahead and remove her so that we're not taxing the plant with something that's not gonna, well, you say you're gonna remove it and then you don't. Let's just set it out here. Let it do its thing. Now here is the peaches and cream corn. It's already tasseling, and as you see, it did not get as tall as the Silver Queen. So it is a shorter variety, but it has some baby corn starting. Can't really see them yet, but let's get in here and see. So here we have a few baby corns starting this week. I noticed them around Wednesday. And the bees are loving it. So, and we do have honeybees. I don't know if you can see. Oh, look, I'm getting a new dress. The inchworm is measuring me. But we do have honeybees, and they are loving the corn. So I think that I definitely need to be raising corn all year for the bees, especially through the months that they don't have a lot of other flowers like July. Anyway, these are definitely going to cross-pollinate, at least some of them, but at this point, we're not raising seeds, so I don't care. When I first started the year, my goal was to just raise corn and put it in the freezer, and then I put so much work into it. I was like, man, I want to keep this and grow it next year. And at that point, you realize, can't do it with these seeds. Look at those honeybees. They're so happy. And here is our Hopi. Again, it's blowing me away that we have more than one stalk coming up. I don't know what the proper etiquette is for that. And if I had more stalks of corn coming up, I would probably get rid of the smaller ones. But as it is, I need to get corn to make seeds to save for next year. So I'm just letting it do what it wants to do. I mean, this is an experiment for me to learn how the corn and stuff behaves given the same environment, according to a no dig, which I took a class with Charles Dowding on that. And then also I took a class in well, it's not really a class, bought the book and studied it. The square foot gardening, which is, you know, how much food will grow in 1 square foot. So corn, you can grow 4. Beans, you can grow 9, etc., etc. These beans are blooming. Are any of them starting to make babies? I don't know. We'll keep an eye out on those. See what they do. Again, I'm only going to grow bush beans from now on. That's that. So there's what's happened with the corn. And then this is my candy roaster. I'm so excited about it. I don't see any blooms. Looks like there may be a bloom in there somewhere. Let's see. Do I see it? Let's come back out. Oh, and we got some, well, I don't. Here's the strawberries. These are the ones I planted last year, and they did nothing last year. And I dug them out, found them this year. And looks like they're gonna try and raise this year. So yay, may still have some strawberries. Again, these are the strawberries I planted out here. They're the Mar de Bois. The first three were Seagrape Scape from last year. I'm not staying out here. Supposedly mosquitoes come out at dusk and dawn, but they're out here. They're eating me alive. And I did want to see if I've ever gotten any tomatoes. That one is taking forever to get red. Okay, again, too hot. And way too many mosquitoes. So the cannas finally look like what I originally planted has died and it's growing new. This is interesting. I see cannas in everybody's yard. Big, huge amounts of cannas. So what is it that they're, ow, wild lettuce here. Being a butthead, but we're not keeping you. I'm not growing you either. That was painful. I did it with my bare hand. Not smart. Okay. Let's see, how are the beans looking in here? I didn't plant any beans with the peaches and cream. I do see some pods in there. I see some bean pods growing. So that's exciting. Now, these are the Mar de Bois. Not Mar de Bois, that's the strawberries. These are the marrow fats, and they're for dried beans. So I will not pick these until after the corn has been harvested. And then I will come in and pull up, take up the vines and then pull the pods off. So here we go. Now over here on this sucker, we do have, let's see, something happening here. So we'll find out eventually. Hello, corn. Bye, corn. Again, the mosquitoes came out with all this rain, and I'm hoping to have somebody come out Wednesday to help me get rid of my mosquito problem. Okay, thanks folks. Hope you enjoyed. Whoa, wait a second. Look at that pretty flower. That's gorgeous. I was hoping that was an actual bean, but it's not. So, okay. Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a great week.